Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10x your day, 10x your life, and all of us 10x Springfield. Hey, you are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Ferriell here, certified 10x coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. Well, we are coming to you from the Big Dog Construction Studio in beautiful downtown Springfield. You are listening to Separation Saturdays on Elevate Springfield, where you can separate yourself from the competition every Saturday morning. Now, we are every day with Elevate Springfield now, so you can start your morning every morning with a new drop from Elevate Springfield, and we are looking forward to having you, and we are thankful that you chose to listen to us. We're going to get started after the break. Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing experts serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing. All right, and welcome into another edition of Separation Saturday. Hope everyone had a wonderful week here in the capital city. Hopefully you stayed warm. It has been absolutely bitter, and looks like no end in sight for a little bit here. So stay warm out there, but keep getting out there and crushing it day in and day out. So it's been a great week on Elevate Springfield this week. We started it off like we normally do now with our weekly battle plan on Sunday. Then on Monday, we had our interview with Destiny Taylor from David Hill's American Family Insurance Agency here in town. Great talk with her about her background in sales and how she has transitioned into insurance over the last year or so with David. Such a great company, phenomenal people there doing great things in the community. Talked a lot about sales in that interview. We're going to touch on follow-up here in a little bit. We're going to get back to what we were going over last week. Going to continue on with some of those follow-up techniques. But then on Tuesday, Ellie was back in for our Next Gen segment. We talked all about peer pressure and how that relates to adults and kids alike, and some things we can do to help push back against that peer pressure. Then on Wednesday, we had our Communities Grow Together segment. Friend of the show, Jeff Dillman, stopped in. We talked all things Land of Lincoln Professional Networking Group. Just about to hit a year on that group. Done a lot of great things in its first year of operation. So looking forward to seeing the continued growth ahead and the impact that's going to be made through that organization. As we mentioned that day, it's almost $4 million in economic impact, and we know that's on the low side. That's only what has been reported. We know there's more out there than that, but even if you just take that number, almost 4 million is a solid economic impact in the first year of that organization. So kudos to Jeff. Then on Thursday, we had Justin Guernsey from the Killebrew team at the Real Estate Group. Another great young entrepreneur out there crushing it, doing good things in the community. out there, being involved. We talked a lot about his group that he's involved with his kind of friend group, how they are in all the different associations and really getting out there and crushing it. Bunch of young guys doing it the right way and making an impact on Springfield and on their business. So kudos to Justin. We talked a lot about sales. We're going to touch on that, like I mentioned, in our training for today. Then on Friday, we had our wellness upgrade. We had some thoughts from Dr. Sammy. That's Samantha Wagner from Wagner Chiropractic. Just some do's and don'ts in the health and wellness realm. Touched on supplementation, touched on nutrition, talked about staying active, a number of different things. We're going to have Dr. Sammy in more here soon to talk about a number of different topics. Always great stuff when she's around. So today, Separation Saturday. If you recall last couple of weeks, we've had quite a few of our interviews. Our Monday, Thursday primary interviews have been with folks that are in sales, and follow-up is really where it's at when it comes to sales. That's where you will find the gold, like we always talk about. And many of these folks talked about that persistence, that follow-up is key in any industry when it comes to sales. So last week, we went over the principles and pillars of follow-up. So just real briefly, if you recall the 5 principles of powerful 10x follow-up. Principle number 1, be the first to follow up. Principle number 2, live by the always rule. Principle number 3, make the most important sale first. Principle number 4, be up to date. Don't be utilizing outdated technology. And principle number 5, commit to doing whatever it takes. Hey, if you want a little more explanation on those 5, check out last week's episode of Separation Saturday. Then we also went over the 6 pillars of effective follow-up. Pillar number 1, commitment. Pillar number 2, customer relationship manager, a good CRM. Pillar number 3, organization. Pillar number 4, scripts. And pillar number 5, accountability. Hey, check out last week's episode for a little more detail on each one of those pillars. And pillar number 6, an unreasonable attitude. Everything we do in 10X requires an unreasonable attitude. So today, you've got the pillars, you've got the principles. I want to talk real quick about some mistakes you can avoid to shortcut yourself to success when it comes to follow-up. So we've got a number of different mistakes that we talk about in 10X, and hopefully you can avoid these mistakes. So mistake number 1, not making the call. Hey, a little bit of a no-brainer, right? But if you make this mistake, you will literally never get anywhere with your follow-up. So just want to make sure we throw that in as number 1. Mistake number 1 is not making the call. You'd be surprised how many people do not make the call. And a lot of times this is due to lack of commitment or lack of confidence. That can keep you from following up. That can keep you from making the call. Or maybe you spent all your time trying to make everything perfect on your CRM or trying to make everything perfect on your script, right? Make the call. That's mistake number 1, is not making the call. So get in the game and make the call. Mistake number 2, not making enough calls. We talked about, when you make 6 calls, you get a 90% contact rate. You really have to continue to call people to be able to follow up effectively. So have you made enough calls? Have you stopped calling after one time? Have you not called, right? Make enough calls to make it matter. A lot of people have this same problem when it comes to social media. We talk a lot about being omnipresent on social media. You have to just continue to push content, continue to put stuff out there if you intend to make any kind of impact. Mistake number 3, making random calls. So you avoided mistake number 1 by making the call. You're taking that action. You avoided mistake number 2 by doing it more than once, but now you need to make sure that you are doing it not on some just random timeline. You need to make contact on a regular basis, and you need to have purpose for your calls. So when it comes to follow-up, you need two things. You need volume and frequency. Just like working out, if you work out, 50 times along the course of the year, nothing really changes. Nothing's going to happen really, because that's once a week. That's not even once a week, right? But say you work out 50 times in 2 months. Now you're going to start seeing some progress. You're going to start feeling better about yourself. You're creating discipline, right? That's what you want to do with your follow-up. Remember, you want to be the stream, not the rock. The rock's not going to beat the stream. The stream is consistent and regular. It's going to win every time. So the best way to combat this mistake is to create a schedule for yourself. So this is a good way to utilize your CRM. Make sure you have it scheduled in there and implement the plan that you make. And don't wait too long, because people follow speed. Speed is certainty. Speed is power. Use it to your advantage. So mistake number 4, hey, you've made the call, you've called more than once, you're being regular with your follow-up. Mistake number 4 is lacking variety in your reasons to call, in your reasons to follow up. You can't just say the same thing each and every time you call, right? It's going to get a little weird, and it's not effective. When it comes to follow-up, you need lots of variety. You can't be dependent upon one message. You can't be dependent upon one mechanism. Doesn't matter if you like a handwritten note or not. It doesn't matter whether you like phone calls. It doesn't matter whether you like leaving a message. This is about your clients or your potential clients. It's not about you. Without variety, you become predictable and, quite frankly, could become a little boring, and it makes it easy for people to tune you out. So make sure you have variety in your reasons to call. I'm going to go over a lot of different ways to do this in another episode. We could talk about that for quite a while. But mistake number 5, no clear purpose for the contact. This goes right alongside with the previous mistake that we just talked about. So just as you need variety in your follow-up, each follow-up has to have its own clear purpose. Basically, you want to make sure that your potential client isn't sitting there wondering, hey, where are they going with this? Why are they here? Why did they stop by? Make it clear from the start, and you'll find it much easier to get the other person's attention. It's also easier on you. When you know your purpose, when you feel it, you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what to say. So be honest about your clear purpose for each and every follow-up. Mistake number 6, not leaving a message. This should be pretty self-explanatory, right? You should always leave a message regardless how many times you call. Mistake number 7, not collecting critical data for future sales. Whatever you sell, it does not matter. You need data to fuel future sales. So you always have to keep your eyes and ears out for other potential deals. Repeat purchases happen all the time. And when people make investments in whatever they make an investment in, they tend to be more open to future investments, especially if they've had a positive buying experience. So it's up to you to listen for that critical data. Find those spots where potential sales could happen. Remember, you're not just following up on people just to follow up or make money. You're following up so you can take care of them at the highest level. Mistake number 8, not asking for referrals. Hey, it's as simple as a few questions. Who do you know? Who's most likely to buy or this product or use our service? My business depends on people like you doing business with people like me. Who do you know? Who do you know that might be interested in this service? It can grow your business tremendously. So if this isn't something you're doing already on a regular basis, you're missing out on a lot of referral business. So don't be afraid to ask for the referral. It's not going to offend anybody. If you're doing a great job for them, they're going to be happy to refer people to you. Mistake number 9, not getting organized enough to store data. So ideally, you have a CRM in place and you are utilizing it properly. It's a place to store all critical data points. all lead data, all customer data, all stored properly and efficiently in your CRM. Never underestimate the power of having that critical data organized in such a way for you to utilize it effectively. All right, so those are the top 9 mistakes in follow-up we talk about in 10X. So as we close out here, a few questions that you could go over about your follow-up game as it sits now. What's the biggest follow-up mistake you've made, or which one of these 9 do you do on a consistent basis? And what is it costing you, either personally, financially, emotionally, whatever? What is it costing you right now? And then what do you need to do differently to make sure you're not making that same mistake moving forward? Pillars, you've got the mistakes to stay away from. Hey, we'll talk more in an upcoming episode about some more strategies that can help you turn unsold leads into customers. So, hey, if you're out in the sales front, and we all are to some degree, hope this helps today. Be right back after the break.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at sangamontreeservice.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, don't forget, while you're out on social, check ours out. You can check my personal one out at Robert Ferriell, at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages, those Big Dog Business Coaching pages as well. Check us out over on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, give us a like or a follow on any of those channels. We would certainly appreciate it. So hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.
Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agent, is here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343